Oh, the 20's going around. The 20's getting
the 5's wrecking as well.
Crash.
The 3. Oh, the 12 of Blaney up into the wall.
Austin Dillon. A.K. Allmendinger.
Throw your brackets away. Throw all your brackets away. They've all been busted. It all started with the 20 of Bell. He kind of rolled in the corner and went for one of those low, lazy slides. And by himself in normal racing, I think he would have had room to catch it. But with the traffic so close, Dale, it just keeps stacking up. And it's like, you know, kind of running into somebody on the interstate. Eventually, you just keep hitting each other too difficult, too hard. You see the window net down on the 12 already. He knows how hard he hit the wall.
That's going to end the stage with only 3 to go.
Man, that was crazy.
Let's take a look at the replays here to see who all had contact. Keep an eye on that 20 car right there. And that outside lane gets loose into 3. Trying to save it. The 5 also gets turned sideways right here. Bubba Wallace into the left front of the 20. Blaney across the track into the wall head on.
The 20 enters, and when he looks high, I think it just gets air on the car, and it just switches from tight to loose.
Yeah, so the 3, 12, and the 20. I'll be interested to see if there's real damage to the 5. The nose on the 23 of Bubba Wallace had some damage.
I think the 5's going to be okay.
Yeah, the 16 kind of gets banged around right there as well.
Incredible save by the 5.
Damage to the nose of the 87 of Connor Zilic. That's pretty severe.
Riding with Bell here.
This is riding on board of Bubba Wallace right here. Tries to slow down. Oh, that damage is going to hurt his chances to have a good result today. Tyler Reddick, 45. He's downshifting. Chase back to Carling ahead as they're closing in on the 9. He's going to go up, block the top of the racetrack. Big crash.
Denny Hamlin involved.
Big
like
crash.
Noah Gragson, Austin Cindric. This is what we talk about. Compromise track position, and you get right in the middle of it. Look at some of the big-name drivers involved.
I kind of have to see how this one started. I know that Chase was out to a pretty sizable lead, about 2 car lengths off of turn 2, and they ran him down quickly in the middle of the back straightaway.
It looked like a move was going down. Remember that yellow line at the bottom is out of bounds, so you can't really block a guy down there, but that's what it looked like. Looked like it was the 88 and a couple different cars. Denny Hamlin, the 1 seat in the bracket, sits here with a ton of damage. Let's take a look at it, Dale. What happens? This 88. 4th car line on the inside. Notice the car in front of him.
Now they're in the fence on the outside line there. Just a lot of stack up and a lot of bumper-to-bumper contact. I'd like to see that again. So if you watch the outside line, as they all kind of catch the 9 car Chase Elliott, there's a lot of contact right there. As Christopher Buescher lifts off the gas, the 7, all those cars behind him, they all just make, you know, they just run in the back of each other. Big accordion effect. They caught the 9 so quickly down the back straightaway, and
so I was looking to the inside, but yeah, you absolutely were dead on. It was the outside lane where the wreck kind of started. Right, the 88 kind of catches your attention with the block at the bottom, but the wreck is on the outside of the racetrack. So let's look at that high shot again. Look in the middle, like the 34, the 11, those 2 cars on the outside, that bright orange 11.
They're going to catch the 9. The 17 is going to run up on the back bumper of the 9. He recognizes that. He lifts. No one else does. Everybody runs into the back of him, and it turns the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek into the wall, and then everything behind him just gets destroyed.
That's right. The 42 checks up. The 11 catches him. They both spit into the outside wall, and when they come back, it is a windshield wiper across the front of the field.
Nemechek did a good job to hang on to it here. I mean, bounces off the wall, and I thought for sure he would go around. 3rd car outside lane, but he's able to hang on to it. Reddick does the same, and then the crash is on behind him.
That was such a great shot as they were just coming at you. You see him kind of just dart out of line.
Oh, Kyle Busch just getting caught in the right rear quarter panel late. And this is another scenario where some of these cars, even though they're involved in the crash, may may get fortunate enough to get away from this without a lot of toe link damage, things like that.
So just a quick reminder, you have 8 minutes if you're going to try to repair your car on pit road. But the big change this year isn't that. The big change is you can go to the garage area. You're not out of the race. There's only a list of parts you're allowed to change, but the list is pretty extensive. I believe a lot of these cars are going to go back, make repairs, and come back out in case we see some more accidents.
And, you know, we got this in-season challenge going on.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot to race for tonight.
Joe Logano got a lot of damage in this rig. That's how it all went down.
Team Penske sweeps the front 2 rows. They dominate stage 1. They get the win. But Ryan Blaney eliminated in that crash late in stage 1. And the other 3 caught up right here. You're riding with Daniel Suarez. Suarez with high hopes after winning here last spring. Now we ride with Bubba Wallace.
Can he get it slowed down?
What a job.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, right.
He did a good job there.
There you go. This is right at the front. Kind of the cause, 11:42.
It looks like Denny lets his halo bounce around in that headrest. So many hard shots. But it looks like he turns the 42, but there's contact in front of the 42 as well. The 7, the 42, all of those cars.
I'm trying to figure out why the 42. I mean, it wasn't on purpose, right? Like, why the 42's nose darts right? Is it off the rear bumper of the 7?
The 11's offset when he runs into the back of
him.
Okay. Kind of hits him a little bit to the left side.
Oh, boy.
Under caution for the 4th time tonight at EchoPark Speedway. NASCAR on TNT, bringing you coverage of the Quaker State 400, available at Walmart. 32 cars have picked up some damage tonight. The most recent, 35, Riley Herbst.
Yeah, he's just right there on the outside of the 9 of Chase Elliott. Loses the back of the car, overcorrects into the wall, and a little contact right here with the 34. Yep.
Hate that for Gillen. He was doing such a nice job. He kind of went up there to avoid it. We'll see how much damage it is. If it's slight damage, then he'll fit right in with the rest of the field because, as you mentioned, they've all about hit something.
Yeah, the 35 has a right rear toe link damage. But also could not get the car back to the pit, so he'll get towed to the garage.
2 drivers very happy this caution came out. Gibbs and Buescher last on pit road at lap 46. We're closing in on green flag pit stops, and really they were going to have to come 30 laps before the rest of the field. So we talk about gamblers paying off.
The other guy that's real happy about this caution, 77 Carson Hocevar. He almost drove by the leaders to get back on the tail end of the lead lap. Didn't accomplish that, but he is the first car 1 lap down, gets the free pass here under caution 4th time tonight.
Right on board with Brad Keselowski. The audio's a little off on that. Don't want y'all thinking Brad was still in the throttle when that car was spinning out in front of him. Good speed out of the 6-car big crash on the front straightaway.
Shane Van Gisbergen going for a ride. Caution is out. Number 6 tonight.
Really lucky that wasn't worse.
Inside the top 10 when it got away from him, and he really has been strong since the middle portion of stage 2. A lot of time in the top 10.
It's got a bent toe link right there on the left rear. It looks like some big damage or some contact to that left rear. I think he also mentioned maybe contact with the wall, possibly off of turn 4, that sent him across the racetrack. Let's take a look. The white car right there on the outside line. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, caught the wall a little bit.
54 was kind of in the middle there.
Yeah, a little bit of everything going on right there. The contact with the 54 trying to go 3 wide.
Going to be the 2nd time in 3 weeks we get a driver from outside the top 30 in points win his way to the playoffs. Shane Van Gisbergen did it, and now Brad Keselowski leading as we get our
right side, try to keep it rolling
7th caution of the night.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace just got back on the lead lap. He's running 12th.
Everyone that just pitted, shutting off, coasting. This is a free lap right here for all these cars trying to stretch their fuel. Let's see what happened to the 23 above Wallace. Oh, where is he at? Oh,
he just lost it.
Yeah, top of the screen. Comes in sideways.
That's interesting. He had just gotten himself back on the lead lap, so maybe this is the first time since the accident that he's actually put the car in really, really competitive speed, really pushed the car.
Tyler
we got a crash in turn 4. One car spun around backwards.
Caution number 8, Eric Jones.
It's like everybody, for the most part, was able to get out of that unscathed. Just saw Eric sideways, broadside in front of the field. Doesn't look like he made contact with the wall. That was earlier damage. Those tires still have the letters on them.
you gotta start being specific on what damage.
Yep. So watch that 43 car back there. He just gets a little bit loose right there in front of Connor Zilic. Everybody, for the most part, is going to get through okay. Great job by the field.
Pictures look unbelievable.
I don't know if it can happen for 34 more laps, right? There's just so many opportunities right there.
Oh, there's contact in the 7th around.
Haley, big slide.
It looked like Ty Gibbs might have gotten in the left rear of the 7. There were 3 wide.
To me. Right rear tire's flat. You barely touched the rear. All good.
Ryan Sparks on the radio, coaching his driver. He's trying to get it there. These cars are run so low, they sit on the wear block. Let's see what happens.
Oh, the 10 gets loose on the inside there and just has to correct up the racetrack into the 7.
I did an amazing job by the 7 not to overcorrect to the right. I mean, that car tank slapped, and he turned right, and they thought it was going to go into the outside wall. Watch this correction, right? He gets caught. It goes left right here, then right. Watch this move. Boom. I'm shocked that thing didn't spin back to the right. Really nice work by the drivers in the 7.